All right, hello, fifth graders. This is Ms. Vachlon. This is our final read aloud for you. Can't believe that we are almost done, or basically, when you are listening to this, we'll be done with the whole school year. We'll be done on Friday. It's crazy. I'm sad that I was not able to finish the school year physically with you guys. And it's just crazy how the end of the school year ended, but I do want to applaud. I've seen so many of you be so resilient and flexible during this time, and I know it's a hard and crazy time for everybody, but I'm really proud of you guys, and I'm going to miss you a lot when you go to middle school, but I know that you guys are going to do great in middle school, and I think you will really like it, and I'm just excited to see what you guys do in the future, and I'm going to miss you guys, and I really loved having you in my classroom this year. The book I chose to read is a book that I just got, and I'm excited about, and as a lot of you know, I love Mr. Rogers. He is one of my favorite people ever. Rest in peace. And I thought I would read this book for you guys, and because it teaches us a lot about kindness, and I know that that's just a really important thing for us as we all get older, and just to be kind to one another. Alright, so it's called Fred's Big Feelings, The Life and Legacy of Mr. Rogers. Hello, neighbor. It's a beautiful day. Come in. Look around. What do you see? This is the closet filled with Mr. Rogers' cardigans. His mother knitted each one, and here's where he changes his shoes. Sneakers are more comfy, don't you think? Now settle in. Mr. Rogers is ready to visit with you. You may know Mr. Rogers is America's favorite television neighbor, but before that, let me show you the whole picture. He was Freddie Rogers, a quiet boy with big feelings. Freddie was shy and he had trouble making friends. He felt sad when his schoolmates overlooked him. Bullies taunted Freddie about his weight. He was scared when they chased him home. And when the asthma kept him indoors for most of the summer, he felt lonelier than ever. Freddie took refuge at the piano. Soon his feelings were flowing through his fingertips. Worry fretted and fussed and faded. Sadness wailed and whimpered and waned. Anger crashed and clattered and calmed. Music allowed Freddie to express himself, but it was his grandfather McFeely's message of unconditional love that boosted Freddie's self-esteem. You made this day a really special day by being yourself, and I happen to like you just the way you are. Gradually, with Grandfather McFeely's words tucked inside his heart and music as his confidant, Fred grew. In high school, when football injury landed a popular player in the hospital, Fred was there to bring Jim's homework to him. A dynamic friendship developed between the two. Jim accepted Fred. He vouched for him and encouraged him. Fred's confidence soared. He became a leader. He felt valued and respected. How deeply one person can affect the life of another. In the spring of 1951, Fred's path was clear. Graduate from college, then attend seminary to become a minister. But the new television set at his parents' house changed his plans. A children's show caught his attention. It left him feeling shocked. To Fred, television had potential. What if he could create a thoughtful alternative to the endless pranks, jokes, and gags that filled the current programming? What if a TV show could leave someone feeling welcomed, loved, even special? Fred was determined to find out. His opportunity came at WQED, America's first community-supported television station. In 1954, Fred and his colleague Josie Carey created the Children's Corner. It was filled with Fred's music, Josie's laughter, and many puppets, which Fred animated from behind the scenes. His hunch that television could bring a community while being entertaining and educational proved correct. Their show was a hit. The Children's Corner was performed live and mainly improvised. After it went off the air, Fred wanted to be more intentional about the content of his shows. So in 1968, Fred started airing his own program, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Now Fred was in the front of the camera as the show's host. He welcomed children with his songs, encouraged his viewers' curiosity, and honored his grandfather by naming a character after him, Mr. McFeely, the speedy delivery man. But above all, Fred focused on feelings. Silly, shy, selfish, he addressed them all. Look, Mr. Rogers feels playful. He is taking a juggling lesson. Mr. Rogers feels sad. One of his goldfish has died. Mr. Rogers feels welcoming. He invites Officer Clemens to soak his feet. Mr. Rogers feels joyful. He visits with special guests like cellist Yo-Yo Ma, dancer Ying Li, jazz trumpeter Wynton Marsalis, and even Coco the gorilla. Now listen, here comes the trolley. Ding ding toot toot. It's a world of make-believe. The small tiger feels worried. What if a falling star lands on his clock? The king's niece feels generous. She offers orange juice to each of her friends. The rosy-cheeked lady feels angry. She turns the tower upside down. Toot toot ding ding. See you next time. Grandfather McFeely knew Fred was one of a kind, and now America's children did too. All over the country, viewers were beginning to depend on his steady and caring presence. But in 1969, when Fred's show was only 1 year, the government threatened to cut off the public for funding television. So Fred stepped off the set of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and into a hearing on Capitol Hill to make his feelings known. In front of a Senate committee, Fred testified about the important work of childhood, to learn how to express emotions constructively. Even though Fred felt mad, he didn't shout or blame or raise his voice. Instead, he recited a song that he had written for a song called What Do You Do With the Mad That You Feel? In it, he encouraged children to draw on their inner strengths to communicate anger in healthy ways. A hush fell over the room during Fred's quiet, passionate testimony. The tough committee chairman, Senator Pastor, even got goosebumps. Look like you just earned the $20 million, he remarked. By sharing his feelings, Fred Rogers secured the funding for public broadcasting. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood would be on the air for years to come. In nearly 900 episodes from 1968 to 2001, Mr. Rogers broadcasted affection, compassion, and respect for his audience. His message was clear. It is normal to have feelings. It is good to talk about feelings. It is important to share feelings. And the best part, everyone expresses their feelings in their own special way. Our visit with Mr. Rogers has come to an end. It's time for him to feed the fish, change out his sneakers, and hang up his sweater. Now listen, Mr. Rogers has a message just for you. You always make each day such a special day. You know how? Just by being you. There's only one person in the whole world like you, and people can like you exactly as you are. That's such a good feeling. The end. Thank you, 5th graders.